All right, so I'll just go over what is our current equipment pool at Prop, and kind of specifically going over what we have for respiratory devices and what we've replaced some of them with. So these are probably machines that everyone is fairly familiar with, or some of you are familiar with, I guess. The blue trilogies were our Respironics full ventilator that many people use. They were also the ones that we used for ventilation. And this is the A40, which was a BiPAP machine that was quite popular that we were using as well. Now, with regards to what Respironics is replacing these with currently, we now have a decent number of what's called the Respironics Trilogy Evo. So this is just the part two of the blue ventilator is how you could think of it. It does have some nice features as far as its battery life is quite long in comparison to many of our other ventilators. Some people have trialed this one and haven't had that not necessarily some success with it as far as their comfort is concerned. So I have some good news for you guys in that our blue trilogies will be retrofitted. So for those of you who have opted to keep your blue trilogies and sign that waiver, we are going to be able to have these returned to us. They are going to be refurbished with a type of insulation that's not harmful and not affected by the recall, so that those units will then be safe to go back out for folks who are comfortable with blue trilogies. So that's a really great bonus that we found out. And then the other thing is that the A40 Pro, we don't have any of these units yet, but for those of you who were familiar with the A40, this will be what's replacing it. Great news, this machine is almost exactly the same as far as the user interface, the comfort. It's really just the same machine with a little bit of remote connectivity now, which is a really great feature. And of course, the foam in it is not affected by the recall. So the A40 Pros have replaced our A40s, and hopefully we'll start to see some of those come on in. And again, all the same features as far as this detachable humidifier. Now, one thing is for those of you who were familiar with station BiPAPs or the System 1, Respironics' current replacement for that is the ResMed Air Curve, because we do not have anything that fills that gap currently from Respironics. Generally, the Dream Station, so this white guy here, this was what their most recent BiPAP was looking like. So there is a Dream Station 2 out in the world of CPAP machines, and I'll show you guys that. However, so this is the Dream Station 2. Currently, there's not a BiPAP version of this. I looked into this today to see if there was any kind of rumors or talk about it. Generally, when Respironics or ResMed release a CPAP version, it usually takes 1 to 2 years for them to come out with the BiPAP version of that kind of body style. So these we may see down the line, but currently we don't have anything that's from Respironics that is filling the same space or filling the same niche that the System 1 or the Dream Station would have filled. So the Air Curve is definitely the one that we're leaning on a little bit for that curve. The rest of, I was going to say, we still have all of our ResMed. I just wanted to highlight in this what was new with Philips themselves and what we were looking at as far as Philips machines for those of you who are using a Philips and looking kind of looking what the future holds for you. But that's about all I have today. Does anyone have any questions about the equipment?
I have a question. So with the Trilogy 100, the blue model, when will we be seeing these replacement filters?
Oh, okay. So I think the units are actually being they're being fixed entirely. So it's not just going to be a filter that's going to go on them. For those of you who currently have these units, as we have ones that we're working, so we have quite a few of them on our shelves right now from the recall. Those ones are going to be fixed, and then those will start going out. We'll then start swapping those out for your blue ones that have not been fixed yet. So over time, all of those units will be refurbished, and I do think that, from my understanding, that the equipment for that will be coming quite soon, as far as replacing the guts, so to speak, of these machines. But yeah, it's not going to be a Band-Aid solution like a filter or anything. They will be completely safe to use, so no one will have to worry about, the contents of the foam or any risk to their health. The blue trilogy is the unit that you find most common.
Perfect. And is that something that we're going to be requesting, or will we receive notification that from Prop that asking for our machines to be sent in?
Yeah, so I'm assuming that we'll probably do that with your preventative maintenance because most people now are going to be due. It's been 2 years since we found out about the recall. As you guys are aware, if you are a vent user, we do swap those out every 2 years for preventative maintenance. So it's likely that we'll just start doing that with our routine preventative maintenance swaps kind of thing.
Have there been any updates to the Evo, or is it the same software as when it was first rolled out?
No, there has been some software updates, from my understanding, some things that just kind of brought it more up to speed with the trilogy, like the new version of the Evo. Um, so hopefully everyone will still be just as comfortable on their blue trilogies as they are now, and that change doesn't affect the actual performance of it, just some of the bells and whistles with it.